This is Conversations in the Clinic. I'm Dr. Kelly, and I am fired up. I just saw my last patient of the day, 22-year-old runner with foot pain. And I'd seen this person, a young lady. Today is August 6th. My last visit with her was at the end of May, and I saw her for 10 visits through the span of mid-April and all of May to fix another issue in her feet. And she went to see a podiatrist 2 or 3 weeks ago because she was having this new pain in the bottom of her foot. She is a recent college graduate with a major in public health and smart. She lifts, she does mobility work, she works really hard to stay injury-free because she knows how prone runners can be to injury. She fuels well, she hydrates well, she sleeps good, okay? The one thing that's difficult is she gets really stressed when something starts to hurt, and she understands that that stress can then spike her stress hormone, which can cause further inflammation, which can feel uncomfortable and painful. Here's what gets me. She went to see this podiatrist like 2 weeks ago. This podiatrist spent 10 minutes with her. In that time, I think she watched her do a couple of calf raises. Maybe she listened a little bit to her problems. In that time, from what this patient could now relay to me, she diagnosed her with tibial tendonitis. She said her calves were tight. She said that she needed orthotics to fix the problem. She said that a physical therapist can't help with tibial tendonitis. She said there were no x-rays taken, anything like that. And that was it. She sent her on her way. Let's get orthotics on you. That's gonna fix the problem. That's the only thing that's gonna fix the problem. And that frustrates me. And I kind of lost my cool while the patient was here, not at the patient, but at the system, because the system is broken. I had 3 main thoughts for this patient. Number 1, this problem is probably going to go away by itself. Probably going to go away by itself. Okay, there wasn't a mechanism of injury, there wasn't a traumatic accident, anything like that, that makes me believe that there's significant tissue damage. Okay, this is probably going to go away by itself. Okay, she's active. She does a lot of injury prevention and risk reduction activities. Probably going to go away by itself. Number 2, if we put her in orthotics now as a healthy 22-year-old, those orthotics are going to get worn, and she's got to go back to that podiatrist next year to get a new pair of orthotics. And the next year after that, and the next year after that, and the next year after that. And all of a sudden, she's 50 years old, and she's got hip pain, and she's got knee pain, and we wonder what the hell is going on. And we say, oh, maybe it's because you've been in orthotics for the last 30 years. Okay? That's another thing. The last thing is that our feet are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. There are bones in your feet. There are muscles in your feet, there are tendons, there are ligaments in your feet, there's blood vessels in your feet, there's nerves in your feet that give you really important information about the world around you and where your body is in space. Your feet are absolutely incredible. And this is a hill that I'm gonna have to die on because I'm gonna catch a lot of flack from other providers who hang their hat on, yep, your feet are broken and orthotics are the only thing that's gonna fix it, right? Or like my set of programs is the only thing that's going to fix it. I don't believe in that. Your feet are absolutely incredible. Google a picture of the inside of a foot and just look at the bones and the ligaments and the muscles that are in there. Amazing. We evolved as a species because of our feet, because our feet let us go from walking on all fours to walking on 2 feet, 2 legs, right? And now that we could walk on 2 legs, we could run faster and more efficiently, and we could climb stuff, and we could balance, and we could walk, and we could do all the really cool things we can do as human beings because of our feet. Okay, when we put them in any kind of like encasement, a shoe, a sneaker, an orthotic, Think of it like putting your arm in a cast every day for most of the day. The muscles in your arm atrophy when you put your arm in a cast. They get smaller, they weaken. And think about it. There's a thing doing its job, that muscle. It goes on vacation. If someone came in here and did my job and we got the same result, I'd go on vacation too. Right? Your muscles are designed to do the work. If you put them in a shoe or an orthotic that does the work for the muscle goes on vacation. The muscle atrophies. Right? And then you go to a wedding where you can't wear your orthotic and your feet are killing you, and you say, oh, it's because I got flat arches. No, it's because you wore shoes your whole life, all the time, and the muscles in your feet are going, hey, what the heck? We haven't worked this hard ever, and now you're putting us into working overtime. Right? Of course they're going to complain. Right? So, with those three things in mind, this is probably going to heal itself. What happens if we put this person in orthotics? And orthotics and shoes in general tend to allow the muscles in your feet to atrophy. I gotta calm myself down. When, like the orthotics have a marketing budget. Orthotics cost money. Okay, here's $600 for a pair of orthotics. The orthotic company takes that $600, and I don't know, I'd have to do the research on what proportions of the pie chart go into its production, okay? But if it's $600, let's make it easy. Let's make it $1,000. I would wager that $500 to $800 of those dollars go into the marketing budget for the orthotic company. Maybe a couple hundred go into the research and development. Maybe some of it goes into the profit section. I have no idea, but I would wager that a lot of it goes into the marketing budget. You can look at it for pharmaceutical companies too. A pharmaceutical company, if their budget is $1 million, 800,000 of those dollars are going into marketing, and 200,000, less than that, are going into research and development. It's just the way that the system is. It's not anybody's fault, it's just the way that the system is. Here's the thing, your feet don't have a marketing budget. To walk around barefoot is free. Your feet cannot go to NBC and say, hey, we want a commercial that says, walk around barefoot. It's really good for you and it's gonna make your feet really strong. But the orthotic companies can do that, right? Dr. Scholl's can do that. They do. It's why they exist. So that is my soapbox. That was the conversation that I had today in this clinic that got me really, really, really fired up. And I understand it's probably controversial. I went and I started doing my research to make sure, like, is this a hill I want to die on? And so far in my preliminary research, yeah, this is a hill I want to die on. I'm just a big proponent that our body is so strong and capable and resilient that it doesn't always need extreme interventions. And I should put a caveat. There are times and places for assistive footwear. Somebody gets in an accident, gets their foot run over, need an orthotic? Yep, great, awesome. The muscles are not capable of doing what their job is? Yeah, awesome. Thank goodness we have these products. But for a healthy 22-year-old runner, this podiatrist put the fear of God into this poor girl. Told her that when she gets pregnant, there's no plan for her to get pregnant, but told her that when she gets pregnant, her feet are going to change and shift, and everything's probably going to hurt her even more. Listen, I'm here to change the narrative. I'm here to help empower and educate you guys, and that's what I want to do through this podcast and through almost every single thing that I do. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending some time and your attention with me today. Keep moving and keep getting better every day.